Hi and welcome to Phase 4 in how to fit an E3D V6 hot end to a DaVinci 1.0 3D printer. Today we're going to go through how you remove the carriage, how you get the side of the printer off, what screws to undo to get to this thing. Don't worry about it, it's not difficult. There are four screws to undo, the side of the printer to remove, and 2 belts to take off, but don't worry about any of that stuff. We'll get to it all as it comes. You're probably going to need a T10 Torx drive, screwdriver bit, and is that it? I think that's it. You may need a posi drive as well. I'm not quite sure, but we'll get to that in a sec. So we'll switch to the other footage and let's get started. As with the last phase, it's always best and recommended to turn the printer off and unplug the power lead. So I've done that, and we're going to get started taking this side off this time. It's the other side. Just to give you a bit of orientation, there's the clip that holds the cartridges in. It's this side. And like before, we take this black bladed screwdriver and we just prise out these clips here. Again, but it's the other side. The side falls away and you lift it off. Now we're looking in the top of the printer again, and we want to snip these cable ties that hold the cable harness in. So we'll take them off, being very careful not to slip any of the wires underneath, and we'll remove them. Oh, I haven't quite cut through that one. That's it. And we just slide them out. Okay, then we take the connector for the heater and we just disconnect it. Now we can move the carriage forwards a little. Make sure that the table has been dropped before you slide it across a little so we can get our hands on both sides. Maybe move it a little more. Now down this side there's a cable which goes into the PCB. We'll just quickly unplug it, and just to be getting the harness out of the way, on this side there's the stepper motor cable which we'll unplug, and we'll put the harness just out the way. We'll just jam it into something. That's fine. So now we've got the carriage with an extruder on. So we've disconnected everything. Literally squeeze this clip and then push the side of the printer extruder, out the way. And you probably can't see very well because of my huge hands, but you can see there the extruder's now loose, and then we just manhandle it out the way. It is a little fiddly. You may have to slide the carriage a little, but we can manhandle it out, and that's it there. That's what we're getting rid of right there. So now we're back to the side that we removed. We need to take out these 3 Torx screws. This one here is the belt tension screw. Just remove it completely. Don't worry, the belt won't ping off, and then you need to take these 2 out. Now we're going to go, there was a mistake. They're not T10s, they're T15s. For some reason they are T15. I can only assume that they're M3 because that's what I've bought to replace them. But they're coming out quite easy. They're short enough. You know, they're not in super tight. It's okay. That's them removed. Is it? Yeah, that's them removed. Now, this belt tensioner one is a T10. So we'll just switch bits, and I've got the hugest screwdriver in the world. I've already rounded the top of this screw off a couple of times, so it will be getting replaced. But once it's out, that's it. It's never going back in. It's just a self-tapper, and I'm just going to replace it with a different one. So as soon as I remove it, that was in my hand, and that's it. Is that it out? There we go. So the next thing to do is, this is the carriage that we want off, and there's 2 brass bushes here. Now you can just slide that carriage off those bushes, but you'll notice the belt tension is keeping everything in place. So what you have to do is, we'll switch to some other footage, because when we press this to release the tension falls out the belt, and at the other side we can see the drive motor well, the drive gear on the stepper motor, and when it's released, we need to feed that belt round there so that it comes off. So we'll do that now. And with a little perseverance, there it is. These two screws hold the Y carriage belt tensioner. Now it's very simple, just unscrew half a turn. Inside, press against the bar to release the tension on the belt, and then just retighten them so they're held in place. And the belt will sag inside. Now that both belts are loose, we can literally just slide this off and slide it off the bars on the end. And that's it, it'll hang there quite happily. And that's pretty much everything. So if we lift the bars now, you can see underneath there's one T10 Torx, and it's not tight, it's a self-tapper, so it just comes out really easily. And then there's a metal clip there, and we'll just slide that off. There's the clip so you can see it, that's what it looks like. And then finally we just slide the belt off, give it a bit of a wiggle, there we go. And now, the moment of truth, we can slide the cassette off the bars. Now, it gets a little tight at this end, you know, you have to juggle things a little, but there it is. And that's what you should have in your hand, right there. So there you go. You should now have successfully removed the carriage from your printer, and it should be in your hand. In one piece. If it's not in one piece, you've got problems. Okay? You need to go back and start again. It should be in one piece. So please stay tuned for the next phase where we go about modifying the carriage. Don't worry about it. There's 3 holes to drill and 2 cuts to make. This is all fully reversible. Don't think that that you've just broke your printer. It's absolutely fine. So please stay tuned for that. And as usual, please like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Steve. Thanks for listening.